subject of artificial tanning arises, there are many different reactions. Lynn, what is the first thing that you consider when getting into a tanning bed?
I think about skin cancer.
Right. Some people are terrified by the idea because of the presumed health risks and medical risks that are involved with tanning. Eric, what is the first thing that you think about when getting into a tanning bed?
Vacation.
Yes, some people enjoy the idea of getting a head start on summer and getting ready for the beach, going on vacation, and even being tan all year round just because I like the way that it looks. There are many different pros and cons to tanning in a tanning bed. Some people don't even know that there are pros to tanning in a tanning bed, other than, of course, you get to be tan. In the article written by Jay Zimmerman, Who Invented the Tanning Bed, we are told that the inventor of the tanning bed, which is Frederick Wolff, noticed that the lights that they invented at the medical company he was employed at were actually heightening the vitamin D found in our body. This is when the tanning bed was invented and then later brought to the United States in 1978. Today, there are tanning salons everywhere, all of which provide information about the tanning risks that can happen whenever you get in the tanning bed long term, and also the health risks that come along with tanning in the tanning bed. Some might wonder what it is that a tanning bed provides that helps you get that golden tan. In the article, How Suntans and Sunburns Work, Marshall Brain provides us with information about how the ultraviolet rays are what gets us tan. There are 3 different types of ultraviolet rays, UVA, UVB, and UVC. However, only UVA and UVB are actually found in the tanning beds. When our skin is introduced to the UV rays found in the tanning bed, which are also found in the sun outside, the melanocytes create melanin pigment in our skin in response, which then activates the melanin production, and this is how we get our tan. Referring back to Marshall Brain's article, How Suntans and Sunburns Work, we know that when we are tanning and the melanin in our skin is being produced, the melanin is what's going to help prevent our skin from getting a sunburn and help get us that tan instead. This is where the many known cons to tanning in a tanning bed come into play. Like Lynn said earlier, she was frightened by the idea of getting into a tanning bed due to all the perceived health risks that are at stake when you are in the bed. Mary Flint, in her article, Pros and Cons of a Tanning Bed, provides us with information about tanning and how it affects our skin by the powerful UVA rays and how the cells in our skin can actually be transformed and can cause premature aging and wrinkly skin and dry skin. These are related to the health risks long term when tanning in a tanning bed. From the article Pros and Cons of a Tanning Bed, Michelle Kulis told us that when you're tanning in a tanning bed, the results to cancer are actually heightened. The cancer could be melanoma, carcinoma, and ocular melanoma. This is the biggest setback as to why people don't enjoy getting into tanning beds, from the fear of getting a life-threatening disease. Kulis also says that when someone is being exposed to harsh UVA rays, it can also cause their immune system to be weaker. The negative side effects to tanning in a bed can also be very extensive and long-term. What some people do not realize is that when tanning beds also have positive effects for them, it can also be beneficial to one's health. Michelle Kulis, in her article Pros and Cons of a Tanning Bed, goes on to tell us that the UVA rays in a tanning bed can provide our skin with a sufficient amount of vitamin D. This is good for our skin, especially in the colder months whenever the sun isn't as present or effective. Another good reason that tanning can be beneficial is that when people tan, most of the time it's to be tan. This can help one's self-esteem, finding themselves more attractive, having a bigger self-confidence, and also being comfortable with the way that they look. All of the benefits about being comfortable in your own skin can relate to another pro to tanning. Some people also use the tanning bed not just for the color that they would get, but for the treatment to a medical issue, such as psoriasis. Borlongen, in the article Pros and Cons of a Tanning Bed in the site Modern Mom, says that tanning in a tanning bed is actually recommended by some doctors as a treatment, since it can help clear up large parts of the psoriasis and even prevent it from spreading. In conclusion, there are nearly the same amount of pros to tanning as there are cons. Some people don't even know that the tanning bed can do to our well-being just as much as it can do positively as it can do negatively. There are many pros and cons to tanning in a tanning bed, and I hope that this presentation helped inform you on what some of them are.